Welcome back everyone, and today we're going to be repotting and cutting a aloe that has been out here in my yard, just kind of on its last leg, but I noticed that it had pups down there at the bottom, so we're just going to cut them and leave them out for about a week or so. I'll do a separate video on the repotting, but let's get to it. So we're gonna need 3 main ingredients right now. Some gloves, just because you want to make sure that your hands are nice and clean. A mask so that you don't inhale anything, and this could be any type of mask. Hospital grade is great. A disinfected cutting utensil of any sort. I like to use a razor for nice fine cuts. So let's get to it. Let's get to it, guys. Thank you again for chiming in. Let's put my gloves on. It's such a nice day out today. It's Saturday. Alright. So, excuse me, I'm not going to be in the shot. I'm just going to go ahead and possibly talk along the way, but I just want to get this done before the end of before the frost, or before the winter starts. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna take this, kind of loosely lift it up. And if anything jumps out at me, guys, spider webs down there. Alright, so I was gifted this aloe quite a bit ago, possibly several years ago, not sure, but it wasn't doing too great, and I brought it out to the yard just to kind of, like, the yard is their final resting place, right? So it actually did very well out here. I will cut some of these leaves back and keep like this young thing here, and so I can get to the stalk and do like a mother repot, because these are pretty damaged, and if I really wanted to, I could propagate these as well. Just let them callus over for about a week. But that's not what I'm doing here, guys. And I'm not harvesting these either, because these are pretty thin and worn out now, and there's hardly any aloe in there. It's just because they've been so sun-beat. I know, and I feel bad about doing this to the aloe, but you know what? I'm glad it reproduced. So we are going to repot them, and shout out to Plant Home Nursery for really providing all of these supplies. We're going to do the babies in here. I've also got some top dressing of pebbles that I'll be doing that. That's going to be in a separate video, but I also wanted to share that if you're ever looking for stones and things like that, or pebbles to dress any type of cacti, check with your garden center, because you know, some people, they like to go to the dollar store and they're like, oh, we're going to get a bag of stones, and it's just like $1. This was $3, guys, and this is like, I'll put it in the shot later, but this is about a 5 to 6 pound bag. Or a 60-pound bag? Nope. Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty big bag. All right. Back to cutting. So I'm just kind of cutting that back. I'm going to pull this all out to show you guys. So pretty. I'm going to kind of do this upside down just because it's a little easier to manage. So there's a lot of healthy roots down here. Perlite, this is like a good cactus mix that I did for it a long time ago. This is a baby right here. want this to dry, guys. It's got some nice root right there. It's very pretty. I just want to shake some of this excess dirt, just so I can start just kind of cutting at the stalk. But if I can slowly pull these off of the mom, that would be great too, like this one right here. Very pretty. Very nice. I didn't know how many I was going to end up with. There's quite a few already. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? This has been kind of a bit of a project that I've been setting out. And little by little, I've been eyeing the growth of the pups every now and then. And seeing its progress, and then even trying to gauge the time of when I can do this video. How nice. How nice. Do you see that? I don't know if I'm in shot here. Nice. Do you see that? You don't want to inhale dry dirt. This is pretty moist, so don't have a worry there so much. Look how nice. I don't know if I'm in shot there. That is really nice. That's a nice root. This one's pretty big. Very nice. But I'm gonna give some away to my buy nothing group. 4 or 5 of these, because there's quite a bit. I wasn't expecting this much of a yield. How nice. And then I'll see if I can post some for sale, just really inexpensive. Everyone needs aloe in their home, especially if they have little ones and they cook with grease and things like that. It's very good for burns. A little weed here. I'm going to pull that off. These are very tiny. Oh, look how tiny those are. Oh my gosh. Let me take these out of the shot. This is aloe. But you want them to callus like about this way, like this much. This is not gonna reproduce or anything because this is very dry. Anyway, so we've got this nice stalk here. Look at that. It's very pretty. It's very curved. So, but this is a very nice root system. Look how pretty this root system is. And let's see what I want to do. I want to definitely cut some of these unruly leaves. And I just want to take care of any type of pesky issue here. But this is pretty, because this is pretty dry. It's pretty warped, you see that? So I'm just not going to deal with that. And this one too, I'm not sure if I should put that one. Guys can go. You want to cut as close to the root or to the stalk as you can. And then this is kind of a more juvenile. Maybe I'm gonna say this is like the healthy, but this is the new growth here. So wherever I position this, it's gonna have to. I want it to grow like this, up. So I'll probably wrap these with a little string or something so that they can hold and grow. They can grow up. I'm going to cut all of these off right now. And give me some comments. Comment below if you've done this before. If you have a cactus also. I think I'm going to cut this one as well, but I think I can harvest this one. Like, what's your experience with aloes? I will have full disclaimer, I am not that great. I've never really done that well with succulents or cactus. With that type of plant. This is kind of first go. And I normally overwater my cacti, and that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem with any cacti situation. Number one is overwatering. But this, like I said before, this really came out here to the backyard to really go to its final resting place, but it decided it was not going to do that, and it was going to thrive. So here we are, and I'm going to try to give it a little bit of better care. So this here is a little bit, is it harvestable? It's got some really dippy parts to where there isn't much aloe. I'm just going to put these all over here. Before I put this in any type of dirt, I want this to callus over about 5 to 7 days until you see that they're fully healed. It's like a wound, right? Then you can really submerge that in your cactus mix. So these are going to kind of chill out here. They're going to stay out here for a while. But yeah, I'm just really happy to be doing this and to see growth. A little bug has gotten into this one. A little vampire teeth. Look at that. It's interesting. Put a little bit more of this down. I'm just going to continue cutting. I might fast forward this part. But we're going to put this mother, and I'm going to put the mother and all of the other cacti, these babies here, I'm going to put them in terracotta pots, because if you do have a little bit of a heavier hand with watering, can't really gauge that, then terracotta is very forgiving. It's a very forgiving pot, because it absorbs a lot of the moisture into its walls. I'm going to try to cut as much as I can out. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, aloe is just so beautiful. Such a beautiful plant. Oh, this nice thick aloe. And this is great for wounds. Look how clear that is. That's actually very beautiful, and that's what you want your aloe to look like if you're harvesting any for wounds, cuts, or anything like that. How pretty. Or even general moisture. General moisture all over your body. I just hope you're enjoying this video. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying. Very satisfying. Very satisfying. I know it's gonna callus over, but it's something about getting all the way down to the root, to the stalk. I'm gonna trim like a little haircut. A little nail trim. A little manicure. Also, let's see if I can pull some of this off. No, do I want to do it? Pull some of the stalk off, just to make sure I don't have any funkiness. Just kind of want to peel that back. It's like the cuticle of the stalk. Just want to make sure there's no funkiness in there that is going to penetrate the stalk and cause havoc. Some more here. It's a little chilly, so that's why I'm bundled up like this. I don't think you can see me. I'm not sure if I'm in shot. I want to get really close to the stalk, because I know these are going to callus over, but I want them to have a good chance. A good chance at callousing over. So I'm going to get rid of all the mushy stuff if I can, since I can't peel these layers off. Just kind of do my thing here. You want to use an X-Acto knife if you have. Just disinfect it with 70% isopropyl alcohol. That would be good. See, we're getting closer to the stalk there. So satisfying. I'm kind of doing it up too. Cutting upward. Alright, so that's stalk. And I went a little bit, well, kind of went heavy-handed on that. I'm just gonna take it easy. Do that a little bit gently. There you go. And 5 to 7 days in a dry area. Okay, so you leave them out. Make sure that there's zero rain or zero pests around in an enclosed drying place. Off any excess. This is going to callus over. It's going to look purple, dark, maybe a little scary, but you know what? If it's calloused over and you don't see or feel any moisture, you are ready to pot. But this is going to need a lot of assistance because it is a very interesting. I should just kind of cut it here, put this guy in a pot, let this guy kind of grow out, and then just do a separate thing and hope that this guy roots. That's what will happen, and do like a double propagation. But I don't know, should I do that, guys? Comment below. I'm not going to post this yet. I kind of want this to callus over. It'll still do its thing. It'll still do what it's supposed to do. How pretty. How beautiful. And that's that for now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just set these out on a little tray, a little baking tray with maybe some parchment paper. And you know what? Since these are rooted, these are not, like, I'm not taking them from, these are all rooted. Wow, I can actually do a repotting video if I'd like to, or repot these right away because they have roots. So I'm very thankful that I let them, I gave them a little bit more time to mature and grow their own roots. That's wonderful. So I will definitely be repotting these. I'm going to go ahead and put cactus mix, black perlite, you could do orchid bark as well, nice airy mix, and then set this little guy in here like that and top them off with some pebbles. Again, guys, go to your garden center. They have bigger bags. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show you what I've got here. Rinse them off. Make sure they don't have any bugs or anything like that. But these are rocks, etc. These are pond pebbles. That should give them some stability and having them stand. Thank you all for joining me on this beautiful aloe propagation. And you all have a wonderful and blessed Saturday. Thank you guys so much.